Next on Worcester News tonight, proposed legislation could ban Native American mascots at Massachusetts schools. Supporters say it depicts their heritage in a negative way, while others say it's a part of history. Plus, a movie about Rhode Island is being filmed in Worcester. The producers share why they thought the city was a perfect spot for their film. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. A beautiful day across central Massachusetts with temperatures in the 80s, and it looks like more of the same tomorrow, but this weekend may be a different story. Let's get a first look at our forecast with meteorologist Pamela Gardner.
Hey there, good evening. We had a warm and humid day. The warmth and humidity will stick around for the rest of this evening through 7 o'clock through 9 o'clock, 70 degrees still. A few clouds here and there with areas of patchy fog developing as our dew points stay rather high and close to our temperature as it continues to fall. 1 o'clock in the morning, there's a chance for a decaying shower or thunderstorm pushing through central Massachusetts. And here's why: we have some scattered showers and storms across western New England. And by the time this broken line reaches Worcester, we're going to see everything kind of fall apart and lose its energy as it moves into more stable air where we've had more clouds and where we've had the marine layer across the coastline in some spots. Temperatures will remain rather warm, and overnight tonight we're going to stay in the 60s with a mix of clouds and sun, although it could be a foggy start to the day once again on Thursday with the humidity and our temperatures falling close to dew point. Patchy fog an issue once again. Low visibility in all spots between Worcester to Boston. 65 degrees for the overnight low and a very subtle variable wind tomorrow afternoon even. Pop-up chances remain in the forecast through the end of the week, and then more widespread weekend rain. I'll show you the hour-by-hour timing in your 10-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Pamela. Proposed legislation looks at the possibility of banning Native American mascots in Massachusetts schools. Advocates of the bill say the practice is offensive, while some who live in towns with these mascots say it's a part of their history. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now with more on the legislation. Chandler.
Olivia, the state's Joint Committee on Education held a hearing this week where the mascot legislation was discussed. One woman on her community's tribal council says its passage would be a big stepping stone.
I don't think you have to display a race of people to be a winner.
Elizabeth Coldwind Santana Kaiser sits on the Nipmuc Tribal Council in Southbridge. She wants the way Native Americans are represented in schools to change.
I was an advocate for parents, and so I went into a lot of schools, and a lot of schools have murals on their walls where the natives are attacking them.
Santana Kaiser left the area years ago and says when she moved back, everything was the same.
Which is kind of upsetting because now I have my grandchildren going into these schools seeing the same thing, and how is it affecting them?
Proposed legislation would ban Massachusetts schools from using Native American mascots, logos, or team names. Several Central Mass school districts have these affiliations. David White goes to Tantascwa Regional High School, where the team name is the Warriors. He isn't opposed to the change and says it could be a good thing.
I think we'd still have that same Tantascwa pride we always had, just with a different mascot under a different name.
Kevin McConnell graduated from the school and says the team name honors the area's history.
Being a warrior, certainly a Native American warrior, is an honorable thing. And I think that the school was named to honor the Native Americans that were here prior to the town being colonized.
Santana Kaiser hopes the legislation is passed. She says it would allow Native Americans to share their history in their own way.
I've always felt good about myself, but I can't say that every Native American does, you know. So it's a fight, it's a battle, but I think we're in a situation today where we can make that change.
With the legislation, the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education would have to come up with a due date for schools to select a different mascot. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Chandler. Bail is set to $15,000 cash for a Shrewsbury woman charged with lying to police. Prosecutors say Jill Cormier lied to police during their investigation into the killing of Roger Bemis in Clinton. Bemis was found dead in his apartment in February. Dean Balches was charged with assault and battery causing serious bodily injury. He was later found dead in his hospital bed, the victim of an apparent suicide. Cormier is awaiting trial in Worcester Superior Court on the lying to police charge. A vacant building on Shrewsbury Street is set to become new space for commercial and residential use. The historic General Screw Machine Products building is being renovated and expanded to include a parking garage and apartments. A proposal is set to go before the Planning Board Wednesday. The Historical Commission must approve any changes to the exterior of the structure because of the building's age. The Canal District in Worcester is changing. New restaurants and clubs are opening up, and the Worcester Red Sox are expected to start playing in the neighborhood in 2021. But with all the good changes comes some difficulties. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us live now to explain. Rosalind.
Olivia, construction will take up parking spaces businesses rely on. While some are concerned about this, others are ready to deal with it. This is the future site of a country music bar in Worcester's Canal District.
We're going to have live entertainment, live bands every Friday and Saturday, country DJs as well as country okie.
Owner Bernie Goulet bought the space previously known as Mambo Drink. He wanted to open moonshiners in the Canal District because he says it's thriving.
Canal District is on the rise, especially with the Red Sox coming to Worcester, as well as some other bars like Whiskey on Water and Rock Bar.
Construction on Polar Park is expected to start next month, and the redesign of Kelly Square will follow in October. With the projects comes years of construction, including taking away parking spaces businesses rely on.
It's a worry, as I was saying to people, I used to ridicule people who worried about parking. Now I stay up at night worrying about it.
Developer Alan Fletcher says businesses who operate in the daytime can switch off parking with businesses who operate at night. He and other business owners bought 4 parking lots nearby and plan on doing a shuttle service. He says it doesn't solve the issue, but it's a start.
We will have all employees and all business owners parked down there, etc., and some of my residents, so that the existing parking can be used by customers.
Fletcher says he thinks it will be a good outcome in the end. Goulet says his bar will be open from 5 p.m. until close, and while he doesn't anticipate any problems with construction, he says he's prepared to deal with it.
As things grow, we're going to experience growing pains and challenges, but we're looking to get through those.
The bar is expected to open late August, early September. Construction of Kelly Square is expected to last for about a year. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Governor Charlie Baker is asking for immediate funds for the MBTA to help speed up the pace of maintenance and other projects. The governor wants $50 million to help the T. Baker says they will explore scheduling more aggressive and extensive evening and weekend closures to speed up infrastructure improvements. Representative Paul Frost says the Baker-Polito administration has made major changes and investments in trying to modernize the MBTA.
Instead of just saying, well, we'll have to just wait for everything to work itself out over time. They're just, they're owning the situation again. They're jumping in, they're tackling it, and they're coming up with an idea to get some, immediate money and resources in there so that that we can make immediate improvements to the MBTA.
And the MBTA is planning to spend $8 billion over 5 years on new vehicles, tracks, signals, power systems, and maintenance facilities. A portion of a major roadway in Princeton will be closed for 2 months for bridge work. Route 140 in East Princeton will be closed between Route 31 and Gleason Road. The closure will allow work to be done replacing the bridge over Keys Brook. Traffic will be detoured starting July 8th. The bridge replacement is part of highway improvements in Princeton. It's a film about Rhode Island, and it's being shot in Worcester. The city won over the filmmakers who say while it's about the Ocean State, Worcester's setting fit the movie better. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us live now from Highland Street, where the movie is being filmed and has the details. Brittany.
Olivia, the movie is being filmed at multiple locations in the city, including here at Grill 57. Crews are actually filming right now behind me. They say Worcester offered a perfect location for a great price. Grill 57 is being transformed into a movie set.
Boom! That's how he does the scene.
The short film Made in Rhode Island is being filmed in Worcester. Uphill Productions says sites in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New York were all considered, but Worcester was the best fit.
Worcester is a great place to film, and they've been very receptive to small films, independent films over the years, and so I think that's one of the main reasons. It's really a wonderful place to shoot.
They know Worcester really, really well. That was more the plus. Budget-wise, that really helped. And now that we're here, it's really, Worcester has really embraced us.
Most of the 45-minute film is set at an upscale cigar bar. The owner of the bar dies and his daughter must take over. Executive producer David Weinberg says the drama comedy will have people laughing.
As funny as can be, it's got a great story. People are going to love it. People are going to relate to it. It's real life stuff. It's not made up. So I think it's going to be a hit.
It's a cross between perhaps Cheers, Wings, and with a little bit of Sopranos.
Wednesday is the second day of filming at Grill 57. The owner says it's a great opportunity for his business and the city.
Anything like that brings us credibility, you know, and puts the city at the forefront. And there's so many movies that are being played now in Massachusetts because of tax credits, and it's a great feeling. And also to be part of it, it's incredible.
Weinberg and fellow executive director Carmino De Maio envisioned the idea 3 years ago at a cigar bar. Now filming, Weinberg says it's a dream come true.
I was in the back like I was having a baby. Just to have something that was a dream come true, it's a total passion.
Crews will be filming in Worcester through July 2nd. And Olivia, we won't have to wait too long for the finished product, which is expected to be released in October. Olivia?
All right, very exciting. Thank you, Brittany. A generous donation from a local bakery will help fund the Sterling Animal Shelter. Thursday, Gerardo's Italian Bakery donated more than $1,000 to the shelter. In April, they baked cupcakes for dogs. Each dessert was $1, and today they donated all of the money they made on them to the shelter.
We sold 1,021 cupcakes for the month of April, and today was the day where we came down and we donated the check.
The shelters and rescues in the state could always benefit financially from donations and supplies and things like that. So this will go a long way to keeping our furry friends happy.
And the Animal Shelter is a nonprofit organization and relies heavily on donations.